I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Brings us to our consent agenda this evening. All items listed with an asterisk will be enacted in one motion. There'll be no separate discussion on items on the consent agenda. That being said, does any board member like to add or remove anything from the consent?
I would like to add items A1 and A2 to the consent agenda.
Does anybody have any discussion around the building and zoning A1, A2?
No, sir.
All right. That being said, I'll entertain a motion to amend the consent agenda to include the following. Board and committee minutes, June 7, 2022. Bills list from June 21st, 2022. We'll be adding items A1 and 2. Also included is item A3, C1, D1, E1, and F1 and 2.
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Daney, seconded by Trustee Hopkins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Ranke?
Yes.
Swansky?
Yes.
Daney?
Yes.
Gansey?
Yes.
Gunstein?
Yes.
Hopkins?
Yes.
That motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to approve the amended consent.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Trustee Daney, seconded by Trustee Sawansky. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Swansky?
Yes.
Daney?
Yes.
Gansey?
Yes.
Gunstein?
Yes.
Hopkins? Ranke?
That motion carries.
Mayor, can I call a timeout real quick? So
Sure.
we can hook up the audio.
Welcome to Zoom. Enter your meeting ID.
Thought I was getting a speeding ticket or something.
Enter your participant ID followed by pound. Otherwise, you have entered the meeting as a panelist. Attendees can now hear you speak. This meeting, you are unmuted.
All right, Chris. Next item we have is the Treasurer's report. Mr. Treasurer?
Thank you. In your packets for today is the Treasurer's report for the month of April. This is our last month of the year. This is a preliminary report. We have quite a few adjustments that will be made to these numbers. Also included is a sales tax report. We did receive $247,260. This is up about $36,000 from the prior year. That represents January's activity. So on a cash basis for the year, we did total about $3.5 million, which is just a little bit over our budget. It's up about $995,000 from the prior year. That's due to the change in the sales tax collections of online sales, but about where we had budgeted. Or the motor fuel tax, we received $138,279. That's just up about $2,500 from the prior year. So motor fuel tax has leveled off. It's a little bit lower than it was peaking back in 2019, 2020. That's it for the Treasurer's report, unless there's any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Treasurer. Next item we have a special service recognition. I don't even need these. You guys print this so nice and big. So this is a service recognition for our village attorney, Mraz. So if there was ever a time when an attorney Mraz was not sitting up on the dais with the village board, I'm pretty sure no one in this room can remember it. Maybe, probably not even Ray. Ryan's father, Edward Mraz, began providing legal services to the village of Bartlett more than 55 years ago. Ryan joined his father's practice in 1985 and became the principal of Brian E. Mraz and Associates in 1993. This municipality has been the lucky beneficiary of Brian's sound advice and skilled legal services ever since then. Brian, I do not know if we can thank you enough for all that you've done these past 30 years to keep our village compliant with various federal, state, county, and local laws and regulations, as well as drafting and reviewing our complex contracts, drafting our many decades of ordinances, and handling our municipal litigations or the threats thereof. Our village could not have asked for a more hardworking and steadfast general counsel. You always made sure that every T was crossed and every I was dotted. Your expert ability to keep us on track and up to date with the most current municipal rulings and your unending patience with our questions and concerns have always been appreciated, even when the workload got heavy and our thanks went unspoken. Tonight, the Village of Bartlett is recognizing Brian and extending our gratitude to him for the many years of service he has dedicated to our community. Brian, I know I speak for all of us when I wish you good health and much, much happiness in your retirement.
Not done yet.
Oh,
Oh, my gosh. Thank you.
Through there, okay?
we get all the word out here.
Yeah, let's do all of us.
We'll do it again next year, but this is the 50th. Doesn't mean you have the night off.
Oops, see? One more.
He's going to use that later this evening. It passed to me. He's going to fill it with beer.
All right. I think one of the things that weren't in the remarks is how important it is to have so much consistency as your village attorney, and that has meant a lot to me as well, personally, the last 9 years, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's why we did it now. Next item we have, any questions for staff?
I have a quick question. The parking lot at Oneida and Oak, the building that got demolished, it's gravel right now. Building got demolished, it's gravel. Is there a plan to pave that? Because I see gravel like going all over the road and.
Were you talking?
That is required to be paved, so it will be, yes.
Okay.
Where is that at, Adam?
Next to 120 Live.
Right next to one.
Right next.
Oh, yeah.
120 Live. And could I make a comment?
Sure.
I attended the Rescue Task Force training this morning, and I'd like to just mention a couple of people. Officer Jason Moore, and was kind of my host. He made sure that it was taken care of, along with Fire Chief Grobenya. You know, they took good care of us. And Officer Kyle Robisky, he did an outstanding job with the training. And I'll tell you what, I was extremely impressed. I know I had some concerns at the last meeting, and just to have the opportunity of going through this training program there, it was amazing. And I want to thank all of our first responders, because I had just a short glimpse of what you guys have to go through, and it's amazing. I know I couldn't do it, so special thanks to all you guys. Appreciate it.
Anyone else? Brings us to our town hall portion of the meeting. At this point, if anyone would like to address the board, kindly step up to the podium and state your name and address for the record. Go ahead. Yep. You can go here.
Here.
Just make sure the little light is on.
Line, right?
I met Monica at the Global Arts Festival.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Monica Chen. I'm a Bartlett resident for over 10 years, also a volunteer of Illinois Food Scrap Coalition and a member of Illinois Recycling Association. I have 4 suggestions to reduce plastic pollution and the amount of waste to the landfill. And according to my good friend, and she offered the information, when organic matter goes to the landfill, it produces methane, which is a dangerous greenhouse gas, about 50 times more potent than carbon dioxide. And the fourth suggestion is, the first is by using the city of Chicago as an example, charge a fee for the grocery shopping bag, and using compostable shopping bag instead. City of Chicago is charging 7 cents per bag at this moment. Second is adding a curbside compost pickup service. Glen Ellen and Oak Park could be the examples. According to the Illinois Food Scrap Coalition website, there are over 60 cities and villages providing curbside commercial composting for their residents. If the residents pay for the compostable shopping bags, they can use them as food scrap compost bags. The third is having an ordinance to make the restaurant gift out the single-use utensils only by customers' request. LA could be a good example. The fourth is offering compostable dog poo bags in the park, starting a dog poo composting program, and have the local business sponsor the cost. The local business who sponsors can have his name on the dog poop bags union case. Use dog poop bags union case from Australia. This one is as an example. So if someone sponsor, they can have their name on it. So we can protect our environment and do lots of win-win stuff. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. Could somebody follow up with Monica, maybe Sam or someone, and see if we can implement some of that stuff? Thanks for being here.
Can I get your address, Monica? Your address for the record? Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else like to address the board at this time? Chris, do we have anybody online?
No, Mayor, we do not.
Thank you. Moving to our standing committee reports this evening. Building and Zoning Committee, Chairman Hopkins.
Thank you, President Wallace. Item A1, 2, and 3 were covered under the consent agenda tonight.
Thank you, Chairman Hopkins. Community and Economic Development, Chairman Gansey.
Thank you, Mr. President. There's nothing to report tonight.
Thank you, Chairman Gansey. Finance and Golf Committee, Chairman Daney.
Thank you, Mr. President. The only item we had on the agenda was covered under consent.
Thank you, Chairman Daney. License and Ordinance Committee, Chairman Gunstein.
Thank you, Mr. President. Item 1 was covered under consent.
Thank you, Chairman Gunstein. Police and Health Committee, Chairman Swansky.
Thank you, Mr. President. Item E1 was handled under consent.
Thank you, Chairman Swansky. Public Works Committee, Chairman Ranke.
Thank you, Mr. President. Both items on Public Works were approved on the consent agenda.
Thank you, Chairman Ranke. Any new business anyone would like to discuss? One thing I would just like to make a point of, it seems like they started striping Stearns and then they stopped. Do we know what's going on with that?
Dan is joining us by Zoom today, so let me give him a minute to flip in with
Did
us.
anybody notice that? It seemed like they started striping it and then they stopped.
Partial.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What you see there is the county did Stearns Road, but the state still has to do Route 59. And then we have the village, when our striper gets in, we'll actually do like the pedestrian crosswalks, freshen those up. But the Route 59 stuff is the state.
Dan, would you give us that one more time? We had a hard time hearing you.
The stuff on Stearns Road, the county took care of that striping, and they got all the lane markers down. The state will take care of Route 59 this summer, and then the village will be doing, we have stop bars and crosswalks to do, so we'll get that when our contractor's in town.
And I guess I would just make a suggestion before the 4th of July festival. If we can do as much striping as possible, that just makes it way safer. So let's try to get as much striping done as we can possibly get done.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Anything else? Any questions? Entertain a motion to adjourn?
Moved.
Second.
by trustee Daney, seconded by trustee Gunstein. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Daney?
Yes.
Gansey?
Yes.
Gunstein?
Yes.
Hopkins?
Yes.
Ranky?
Yes.
Swansky?